minutes is driving me crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it's because everyone's home. What else are
Right.
you gonna do? Everyone's online. So.
Yeah. But I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling.
You know, you know, you do have a male around you, a younger male, tall, that's passed.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's my friend Niles.
Yeah, it's a friend. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I know. I was picking up earlier when I was putting my makeup on. He said he should be doing this with you. He would have been doing this with you.
Yep. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I know, that's so
My,
crazy.
and my God, he's like my brother Niles. He
Yeah,
was
you know what? And it's
like
funny. He is.
7,
I
passed
I
away last year.
I know he's a friend, but where he stands by you is usually where a brother would stand.
Yep. Damn, that's crazy. Mm.
He said, now the mother figure or who raised him, the female around it, would this be his mom?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if you're in contact with her anymore.
I haven't I haven't spoke to her since my mom passed a few months ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He's given her like a rose for her birthday or something coming up. There's an anniversary birthday coming up around her.
Okay. I'm gonna tell his brother and his mom. I'm gonna tell.
Yeah. He is up there with another female. I don't know if this is your mom or because she's kind of pushy. She's pushing him out of the way.
What?
I know,
That
that's good.
I could see my mom cracking up doing that, laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Hey, bro, I wasn't expecting all that. Whoa.
I
Like,
know, I wasn't expecting that either. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm starting to get a cold, or my allergies drive me crazy. So I have a headache. So usually, if I have a headache, I can't raise my energy. Now wait, did your mom obviously knew your wife?
Yes.
Yeah. She's kidding around about something with her cooking. That she can't cook like her, or trying to cook something like her.
Oh my gosh. Wow. My wife is such a skeptic too. She's so skeptical. Well, wow.
There's something with cooking with bones or something in a broth or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did your mom do this?
She loved to make neck bones.
Okay, yeah. So I don't think your wife does this, or she doesn't do it like her, or she doesn't like to do it.
Yeah, she doesn't do that at all. She doesn't like to do that at all. She doesn't cook that. That's crazy.
So she's having some fun with that.
Oh my goodness. I gotta tell Jen. Oh, she's in the house right now. I want to go. I should go get her. But real quick. Hold on, let me go get her.
Okay. I just want.
She's coming right now. My wife Jennifer. I think so much. Babe, get in the hot seat, babe. Tell her what you were just telling about my
Hey.
Hello,
hi, honey. How are you? I'm April.
I'm good.
So his mother's coming through, and she likes you, but she's having a little fun. She's saying you don't cook like her. So she's talking about something she did with bones, or cook with a bone. I don't know if you don't like to do this. So she's just busting chops.
My mom used to say
okay.
neck bones
Oh,
all
the
time.
neck bones. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I don't want to touch that either. So, but she's having fun with that. No, she said, but she really does love you. She said you're a very good mom, and the way you are with him, very supportive of your husband, very supportive of her baby boy, and very strong. You're like the back. You are like the backbone too, keeping everything together.
Very true.
Bobby, what are you doing having this hour? Bobby, you've been dreaming again.
Still don't know what it is or where it comes from, but there's something there. Where'd you see all this, Bobby?
Transmitting live from Planet X. It's the Live from Planet X podcast. I'm your host, Zaire, the Planet X ambassador. Tonight's special guest is none other than Intuitive April, the psychic housewife of New Jersey, is with us here tonight. So grab yourself a cup of joe, take a look under the bed, make sure nothing is there, but keep it locked to the Live from Planet X podcast. Let's go.
She's talking about. Did you hurt your hip or leg?
Say again.
Did you hurt your hip or your leg? Something.
I had broke my coccyx.
Okay.
A while ago, yeah.
All right. So just to be careful, like with your leg area, hip area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
To take care of that. Yeah. She's you're moving around too quick. You're moving around too quick. I don't know if you're anxious lately, or I guess, or is it everyone home? No.
No, yeah, everyone is home. Yeah, I'm a little anxious about, everything that's going around, going on. But
yeah, so she just wants you to relax, take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself because you got to take care of everybody else.
Impromptu. Let's go.
Bobby, what are you doing having this hour? Bobby, you've been dreaming again.
Still don't know what it is or where it comes from, but there's something there. Where'd you see all this, Bobby?
Transmitting live from Planet X. It's the Live from Planet X podcast. I'm your host, Zaire, Planet X ambassador. Tonight's special guest is none other than Intuitive April, the psychic housewife of New Jersey, is with us here tonight. So grab yourself a cup of joe, take a look under the bed, make sure nothing is there, but keep it locked to the Live from Planet X podcast. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Live from Planet X podcast. Tonight's special guest heralded as the psychic housewife of New Jersey. Featured on the Travel Channel's hit TV series, The Holzer Files. She is a natural-born clairvoyant, celebrity psychic medium, and ghost hunter. She has been reading for over 30 years. Ever since she was a small child, she was able to see, hear, and communicate with spirits. Also a certified tarot card reader. She has studied and trained with many great psychics, such as John Edward from the TV show Crossing Over with John Edward. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome celebrity psychic medium Intuitive April is with us here.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually have you on my show. Not only celebrity psychic reading, but also us little folks.
I love everybody.
Thank you. Now, for everyone out there who may not know who you are, let's start from the beginning. When you were a child, what did you start experiencing that convinced you were gifted with this ability?
Well, you know how it first started? It started when I was 4. I started seeing scary, very scary spirits come to see me. What happens is my father had passed away when I was 2. So my mom remarried and we moved. So he must, this is the only thing I don't remember. my sister told me I woke screaming that my father came to see me. Well, after that, I kept seeing spirits all over. So whatever portal he opened up, bad things came in and woke up other spirits that were in this house. It was crazy. It was nonstop spirits terrorizing me. So and yeah, no, it's pretty spooky. They would actually, I would be sleeping and they would mimic my mother's voice in the middle of the night, like say 3, the bewitching hour. And I would hear my mom going, April. So I would get up, go looking for my mom in the dark. And I would like walk up to now I'm in pitch black, and I would walk up to the stairs, like almost like fall down the stairs. It was like they were trying to hurt me, trying to get me to fall down the stairs because I'm looking for my mom.
And at that time, you could see them? Or were you just hearing? And if I was, what did they look like?
All right. Some I would actually see a full apparition, and others I would see I could see it in my head. I know they were there. I would there was this one horrible man that used to come up to the door of my bedroom and just stand there and stare at me. This tall man in a gray suit, like it was so eerie and creepy, and he would just stare at me. And he was instilling fear into me to make me scared. And then,
and did you? I mean, I believe me, I could just sit here and listen to you talk, but there's so many things like I just thought of when you said that. When that was happening, and did you like tell your parent? Did you tell your mom?
Well, I would wake up screaming, or like I would run out screaming. They would try and say it was a dream, and I'm like, no, I'm seeing these people. They're in my room or up by the door. But then my whole family started experiencing stuff. They weren't seeing them. They didn't know what was going on, but they were getting grabbed. They were getting touched. It was just when, you walk into a place and you could just feel like there's something staring at you. That was their feeling all the time, except I was seeing them. Wow. So it was pretty creepy. So the one time, now this is my stepdad. So I'm still a young kid, and I wouldn't sleep in my bedroom anymore. So I was laying in their bedroom watching TV because my mom was doing something. And all of a sudden, like I see this man appears in front of me. He's like full bodied, except like his legs weren't showing. It was, and I'm like, and he had a bomber jacket on, and I'm like, oh my God, am I really seeing this? Am I crazy? And I closed my eyes and I opened up, and he's still there. And I did it like 3 times. He's still there. Like the 4th time, when I opened my eyes, he disappeared. I just ran down, down the stairs. I'm like, Mom, this man in a bomber jacket, like an army outfit.
I was gonna say from like a pilot in the 40s or 50s or something.
It was my stepdad's brother who passed in the war. So right. Yeah, and I don't, I get the feeling like he wasn't trying to scare me. It was like trying to warn me or something. So yeah, it was pretty creepy. But so that happened, and then psychic abilities started too. Like, just knowing stuff. That's like my strongest one is I just know things. So if somebody asks me something, like it's like one of my mentors will say it's like a download we get, instant download. I'll just know something. So in school, they wanted for me to skip a grade because the teacher was up at the blackboard writing stuff down, and I was just yelling at the answers before she did it. So They thought it was gifted. They thought it was gifted.
That's like one of those people like I can hold a card up and you tell me what's on the card. Yeah. Now I had we touched on that because I had that in one of my questions. I want to ask you, do you believe we all have this ability, and if so, how can we tap into it? Or do you think just certain people may have that?
There's certain people that are born, but you know what? It's just like some people can draw and some people can't.
I can draw.
Yeah, me too. And can I tell you something? Most psychics or mediums do have an artistic ability, whether it be music, artwork, because they know how to shut off they keep their left brain occupied. So that's our logical side. So when you're drawing, you're actually going into like an alpha state, like a psychic would do, or what I do. So we have to learn how to shut that off. when I read, like sometimes I'll, hold the crystal to keep my mind occupied, so I can pick up stuff.
I think I want to get me some crystals.
Yeah.
I don't have any. I probably would like to have some around.
Can I tell you something? I am not a crystal person. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my jacket off. It's hot. It's hot here in Jersey.
I'm in my garage. I had this other shirt on, but yeah, it's like t-shirt. I'm in my garage. I turned my whole little garage to a studio here.
Oh, how cool. I love it. I love everything you have on the wall. I love that clock.
I got clocks everywhere. They're everywhere.
You like Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali with the clock.
They're like all over the place. All around. Yeah. Clocks and records. That's my ode to Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Oh, wow. I love it. You know what's funny? I just did an investigation a couple months ago. Oh shit, where'd I go? Sorry, I cursed.
No, you can curse here. This is
I'm a mommy with a potty mouth.
This is PG 17. You can curse here.
Oh my God, where'd I go? I forgot where.
Don't you hate when that happens? Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
When you think something?
I know. I can't. I'm using my phone, or else I would look it up.
It'll come to you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I remember when because usually when I go on investigations with my team, as I'm driving, I'll pick up stuff.
Right.
And were you trying to shake me around?
No,
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to fix my camera.
Yeah. So on this way to this place, I kept saying, "Oh my God, I feel like this." First of all, I said I knew we were going to pick up. I said I knew there was a dark spirit at this place, and I said I know we're going to pick up. Going, I just kept hearing this noise going like that, trying to scare us. So we did pick that up in an EVP. I have to upload it onto my social media, but I kept saying I feel like there's a spot in this building that if you walk through it, it's almost like you feel like you're going back in time. So I when I got there, that's the first thing I asked the people that ran the place, and they said, "Oh my God, there is a spot that every so often they'll walk through it and they feel like they're being sucked back in time. It's the craziest thing." So I think that
what that reminds me of? That reminds me of something that I've heard of, where this gentleman was out in Arizona, I think it was somewhere, and he said he was walking, and he said he couldn't believe this. This is just what he said. He said all of a sudden he seen in front of him a dinosaur appeared.
Wow.
And then he said, like, after a few seconds, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
And it was like was that like time?
Yeah, it's weird how that happened.
That reminds me of that story that I heard about that.
And you know what else? And you know what it could be too? He could be sensitive where he's actually seeing it in his head, but it's really, that's where it would have been placed. Because, there's residual ghosts in places. That you'll see him doing the same thing over and over again. That's another place that I went, the Stanley Hotel, the Haunted Shanley Hotel, the Haunted Shanley. And
right.
I don't know if you ever heard of that, Napanoch, New York.
Oh, yes, that's in my notes here. Let me scroll down to that. I do my little research. I was going to ask you about it. I have the Shanley Hotel and the Hinsdale House.
Oh, Hinsdale.
I was going to ask you about you. See, you're traveling through time right now.
Yeah.
Asking me the questions before I even ask them.
Yeah,
so let's talk about it.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been to a lot of places. It just happens to be the Shanley's my favorite. I just was there too. I did it overnight. Oh my God, that was crazy. I double booked myself. So I did a huge event for New Jersey Paranormal, the ones that run New Jersey Para-Unity.
Right.
And it was an all-day event from 11 a.m. until 5. So I had to drive an hour there. And I had to be at the Shanley Hotel at 7 o'clock. So I had to drive 2 hours. I get in there. I had to do an hour and a half gallery reading for all the guests. And then we did an all-night investigation. So like 5 in the morning. So I was pretty shot.
That must be, it's got to be fun doing that. Though.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. I love it. I was running on adrenaline. It was great.
I meant to ask you, that's like one of my questions I had too. Let me find it.
Well, wait, let me tell you about the Shanley. I'm just gonna tell you
something. I mean, because believe me, I'll be all over the place.
Me too. The first time I go there, as soon as I pull up and I get out of my car and I'm walking up, all of a sudden I see this man jump off the roof. And I'm like, holy shit, really? Really? I didn't even get inside yet. And every time I would go outside, this guy would jump off the roof. I'm like, I know you're jumping. I've seen it. You know, you don't have to keep doing it. He just kept doing it. But so I go inside and I talk to Kelly. She's the owner of the Shanley. And I said, Kelly, some guy keeps jumping off the roof. She goes, it's funny you say that. She goes, a man did jump off the roof and kill himself. She said, but online, like if you look up any information about the Shanley Hotel, there's no story about that. But they do have a story that said a man fell out the window. Fell out the window, but he survived. So that's the only story. But the real story is the man jumped off the roof and killed himself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy.
What? Yeah.
You gotta travel out here to go there. It's like non-stop action.
Yeah, I need to get out more. I was, definitely got to get out more and get out of. I've been cooped up in Florida for a minute. I'm from Jersey myself.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I gotta get out to see the world more, and plan on doing that once this pandemic calms down.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever had a problem not being able to read someone?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
Why do you think that happens?
You see, and my mentor yells at me for that. You got to keep pushing. No, I stop it because I'm just, the energy between us is not working, or you're just not picking up, or sometimes this happens where I had this woman and I was picking up, like, I said, all right, Lisa's here. She's like, no, I don't know Lisa. So I'm like, all right. So I said, all right, let me see, no, mind you, I do psychic and medium. So I do like a smorgasbord reading, So, well, anywho, so I bring in another person. No, I don't know that person. So finally I'm like, I start reading it. She goes, no, I want to talk to Bob. So I'm like, she knew who the other people were. She goes, I don't want to talk to Lisa. I don't like her. I don't want to talk to Johnny, because we weren't that great of friends. And she goes, I'm here to talk to Bob. And I said, hey, this isn't Verizon. You can't, just dial a phone and, talk to somebody. You can't do that. Right. So some people do that because they come in, all right, I'm going to go there and I'm talking to, my sister. I want to talk to my sister. So when they come in, other people are going to come through first. Not all the time, but some people will come through first. You have to wait to see what they have to say. If you don't listen what they have to say, then it's going to block the other person, so because they have something to say. They want to say it. And they're not letting anybody else in until they say it.
Now, you've had, like I said, I think to me, that's so interesting and intriguing doing that type of stuff and investigations that you do. And I was thinking about like the fun times while ghost hunting. Have you ever come across like a fun or a playful ghost? You've been like fun or playful, do any tricks on you or anything like that?
I had one that kept touching me, touching my butt. I had like this fresh old man ghost. Something I had ones that started out scary, and then when I talk to them and I bring them to human form, they become nice. But I've had some nice ones, but that one I remember, the one that kept touching me. Yeah.
Why do you think some spirits are stuck on the earth plane?
Because they don't want to leave. It's their choice. They just decided not to go into light, and then they get lost. They get stuck here. They become earthbound. But which is not good, because then that starts confusing them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we vibrate regular humans like us, or at, I believe, what are we at? Oh, I'm trying to think. I think it's 300 gigahertz or something like that. Something, and
look at that.
They're lower. I know you have to look into that too. I'm bad with remember numbers, but like psychically, I vibrate higher. But they're lower energy, so it doesn't mesh with our energy, so it throws us off. It's not good, and it can affect your health too. Being So I think they just get stuck because they have unfinished business. I always said I might do the same thing because I don't want to leave my daughter, you know? So, you know, that could be a reason too. Like, I can't imagine leaving my daughter. I'm going to stick around with her.
Worst nightmare.
So, you know, like when I first, I remember like before I got into ghost hunting, I had people call me up that, you know, they were having issues in their house. And they're like, do you think you can get rid of them? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why not? You know? And I've crossed people over.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've seen that on, I think, Phil Donahue back in the 80s. I've seen something like that happen. Now, I would actually
go ahead.
Okay. I just real quick. What's the difference between a psychic and a medium? Now, I'm thinking from my common sense or logic, I'm thinking a medium is more a conduit. Well, you go ahead and answer.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you know, nobody asked me that, and it's a common question. Well, a psychic like does past, present, future, like what's going on, like to help you, like you know, which I get a lot, like you know, women who want to know about, you know, their love life, what's going on, and a medium vibrates to a higher vibration, which touches, you know, where spirit is. That those are the ones that are in heaven in the spiritual realm. So you have to vibrate because they vibrate really high. So yeah, that's the only difference. So you know, this is saying all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. But you can be. It's just raising your vibration. It takes practice. It's hard. You know, it's a lot of work.
Interesting.
And then once you master it, it becomes like breathing. You know,
that's an amazing gift. Has any spirit ever tried to contact you, like without you trying to reach out to them? Has any tried to like contact you to get in touch with someone?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you, not to get in touch with someone, but this is really creepy. This is on a personal level. Now, before I decided to get back into this, I stopped doing this a long time ago because I started as a kid, and then you know, my 20s partying, so I stopped doing it, just reading for friends, get married, have kids, so you stop doing it. So anyway, I'm not doing this yet. I just got over a car accident. I had an operation, and I'm in my daughter's room. I had to switch rooms, and I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, some woman wakes me up, screaming in my ear. So I'm like, I sit up. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I can't understand. I'm like, you have to slow down. I can't understand what you're saying. So then I get up. I turn all the lights on. She comes back. She starts screaming in my ear again. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, this woman is like frantic. She has to tell me something. Now, that was like about 1:30 at night. I get woken up. So now at the time I had a tenant upstairs, and I was taking care of her because she didn't have any family or they were far away. So I didn't go up to see her for 2 days. So I said, listen, I got to go check on Josephine. So I go up there. I can't find Josephine. Josephine doesn't leave the house. So I said, I got to find her. I go back. The same layout as my house, the same like apartments. I go back up there, and I see she's under the bed. She's dead. What? So I'm like, yes. So when I see this, I said, oh my God, that was her, because I remember she used to get upset with me sometimes. And I said, Josephine, slow down, because she had a problem, because she sounded raspy when the ghost that woke me up was screaming, because she had an operation on her throat. So when she went too loud, it would like get raspy, and then you can understand her. Right. She died. The coroner's office, her death certificate, she died that night between 1 and 2:30 or something like that. So I was woken up at 1:30 in the morning by her.
Oh my goodness! Now you said she was under the bed.
Yeah. Now I know that's a little.
Her physical body, or you seeing her spirit like under the bed?
No, her body. What they said, she died of a heart attack. The doctor said most likely because her arteries are so clogged that oxygen was being cut off. So she might have started to hallucinate and trying to hide, thinking somebody was there after her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. It was really creepy to see. I saw an arm. Like, there's a whole story behind this. I have to tell you. So.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, what?
Wait. So now this opens just the
peace.
doorway.
What was her name again? What was her name?
Josephine.
Rest in peace, Josephine.
Thank you. She pops in every so often. She loves the house, but she's not allowed to wake me up anymore. Now wait. So now wait. I just gotta tell you one more story. So now
go ahead. You're good.
This opens a doorway. So now my neighbor passes away. I loved her. This woman Lillian. And again, I'm in bed and I'm sleeping, but in my sleep, I'm getting woken up because I said, oh my God, I see somebody walking through my door. You can't see the physical body. I said, somebody's walking through my door. I see the door closed. And then I feel them come in my room. I sit up and I feel the bed go down and I turn to my right to face this person. And it's Lillian. And she goes, hey. And I'm like, hey, you can't do this to me. You can't wake me up anymore. So that's it. I put a stop to it. Nobody's allowed to wake me up anymore. So.
Wow. Has she come back since then?
No. I cut them off. But, I got to tell you something. I'm actually studying right now to become a shaman. So that raises my vibration more. See, there's my shaman stone. So now I'm really open. So
now you're the shamans. I'm sorry, but the shamans. What do you think about the shamans that like use that? There's like some kind of drug that they smoke to kind of like open them up to another realm. Well, what do you think about that? I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about. I forgot what it's called. Ayahuasca, something like that. Something.
You know what? I did this on a whim because I love taking classes, and my one mentor is a shaman. I never thought of doing it, but it really goes hand in hand what I do. So like if I go to haunted locations, it will help me in the crossing over process. But I haven't gotten that far with drugs. I don't like drugs, so I don't think I'll do that. And I don't need that. So.
Right. Yeah, I was just curious because I know one of my friends was telling me about that.
I don't think they all do that, but because
I'm sure they all don't.
Because I'm going to tell you, because the shamans know how to vibrate at a very high frequency. So they don't need that. They don't need any drug to bring them up to that level to talk with spirit. They vibrate very high. Right. So it's all about the vibration.
Yeah, the shamans, that ties into like ancient aliens.
Yes.
Like that with portals out in the desert where it's like a big rock and there's like a door in the middle of a rock, and some people say, people travel through there with the help of a shaman.
Yeah.
Do you believe aliens could exist? And my other part two to that question, if an alien did crash here and die on Earth, do you think you could try to contact their spirit, or if they have a spirit of coming?
All right, that's funny. I don't like alien stuff. I used to, when I was a kid, loved alien stuff, but as I got older and I started getting more in tune with my gifts, I started to realize that some of the hauntings, not ones that I have done, but some of the hauntings that have gone on were actually alien abductions or alien visits. Wow. And they have an ability to control our minds. That's why, but our minds are very strong. That's why some people have flashbacks. They thought one thing, they thought they were having a haunting or something, but they're starting to have flashbacks. Right. That's why I don't like that stuff, because even I don't think I would be able to control them, but I know I'm going to learn that, because I just started on my shaman journey. So I know that's part of it, but, so if they die, I don't know. I have not encountered that. And I got to tell you, honestly, I think my guides that I have with me will block that.
What are you looking to accomplish with the shaman? Looking into the shaman and taking on that role, what's your goal?
Well, I feel because I want to get to the highest vibration because I will be able to help more people. You know, and also, you know, with their gift of healing. So this is gonna, I will be able to heal more people, help more people. Also some ritual, because sometimes I can't always cross over some spirits. You know, they don't want to go, but I know the shamans have a ritual they do. You know, because they really shouldn't be here. It's unhealthy for them. It's unhealthy for people to be around them. That's why you see like hauntings, like, you know, when people in a haunted house, how many of them are suffering health issues?
Yeah, I've seen that too, where people seem like they feel like they're getting sick.
Yeah, they get really sick. Some people have died. It's I'll tell you, this is another story from the channel. They took me down to the basement. What do you feel? And right away, go ahead.
No, just because I know you're about to tell a story, but it just reminded me of a show that I was watching, and when the investigators came out of the house, the gentleman started feeling sick, like he started getting sick.
Yeah. So that's something that happened to me. She's like, what do you see? When I got down there, I saw this really, I call him the Slender Man. Slender Man, yeah, heard of him. Yeah, but he had a bloody devil's face on. Like, I think they can change their appearance to look scarier. But when I start talking to them, I can bring them back down to human form to see them what they really like. But anyway, this thing was doing something so weird, like running around like in a circle that was messing up my frequency, the vibration in my body, that I started to feel sick. I was sick for like a week, like not sick, but just off the whole week. I had to cancel all my readings. But she was telling me they had another famous medium from the UK that saw the same thing, but he ran up the stairs and threw up. And I'm like, yeah, he's a wuss. That's why. No, I'm like,
having this ability, can you turn your power on and off, like when you're just going about your daily life, or does it always seep in? And like, you're married, I know your husband, like, I'm sure it's a lot for him dealing with two kind of, you know, that's bizarre.
No, it's so normal. That's why I said, that's why it came up like the Psychic House of New Jersey, because I'm very normal. I always tell people, when you meet me, I am a normal housewife. Normal. So yes, as a matter of fact, I do shut it off. Some people say, oh, I'm always on. I'm like, well, you know, good for you, because I don't think that's healthy, you know. So, you know, as soon as I'm done with my readings, I'm done. I'm mom. I run around, yell at my daughter, you know, doing housework, whatever. My husband's probably laughing if he hears that, because I hate to clean and cook. No.
Salute to you.
Yeah.
Sir.
But yeah, you gotta turn it off. You'll get sick.
Like, has there ever been a chance, like an encounter where, like, say you're just driving or go to the store or something, and something just pops in, comes at you, and so you get something?
Yes, that happens all the time. That's where I get my information, like my downloads, where I'm getting information. Because I remember I was what was I thinking about? I was like, I was thinking about some investigation that we were going to do. And as soon as my mind went there, of course, I started getting information. So if I think about something, I'll start downloading information. But one time I was going to do a reading for my husband's friend, and I was meditating, and then the guy came to me, and he's telling me his name, and he's going, Artie, and he goes, Arthur, and he tells me his full name. So when I get my car, he was in the car with me, driving and telling me how to drive.
What?
Yeah, he's telling, like, if I missed the turn, you got to go this way. And I'm like, no. I'm like, shut up.
That is so interesting. That
hasn't happened in a while. You know, so.
Cool. So,
but let me tell you something. Sometimes I do get so spooked, like after investigations, and I'm leaving a place that have been scary. I will like check my back seat, make sure nobody's coming home with me. I'm like,
right? I imagine, right? Oh man, how did your buzz start to grow to catch the eye of the Travel Channel? One of my friends wanted me to ask you that question.
Oh wait, how did who? Wait.
he just said, how did your buzz, like, how did people, I guess what he's trying to say is, how did your buzz grow to the point where it caught the eye of the Travel Channel?
I don't, you know what? I never asked. They just called me out of the blue, and I was so excited. So, like,
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's so they, they called me. As a matter of fact, I still talk to the producer, like the guy called me. Yeah, they just called me out of the blue, I guess, because they were doing something in Jersey. So, wait, I know. I think somebody said something about me, or they looked on social media and saw me. That's how they.
Nice.
Because I know I had other producers. You always get calls from producers, and then they don't call you back or whatever. I'm like, nice. whatever.
Now, you haven't put out a book yet, have you?
No.
I was looking around for that.
Yeah.
I know,
but everyone does a book.
Have you thought about making a book, even like a digital book or online audio book, any of those things?
I know. My husband keeps telling me to do that, and I'm like, you know what? I don't write anything down, and you know what? Let me tell you something. My readings, I don't remember. And I remember getting so frustrated thinking I had dementia and saying to somebody, I said to my mentor, I said, why can't I remember my readings? And she said to me, because they're not your thoughts. Somebody else is telling you. So it was never your thought. So it leaves. I'm like, oh, all right, great. I don't have dementia. So I'm happy.
You ever heard of Edgar Cayce?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know how he had,
prophet.
Yeah, he like had the people that would write down the stuff. You should have somebody record all your readings.
I know. I said, you know what? I keep saying I'm going to do that. I really should.
See, that's Edgar Cayce. That was Edgar Cayce through me telling you to do that.
Yeah, he was smart. I mean, how cool was that guy? It's great because like everyone has their own like little niche, like things that they're good with. Like he was great at like helping people with ailments and health issues. Yeah. And Jesus Christ, back then they didn't really have anything, so thank God for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's another guy called the Medical Medium that I love. The Medical Anthony Williams.
I think I never heard of him.
He's not like Edgar Cayce, but he can tell like an issue with somebody's body and tell them what they need to do. So
that's interesting. Yeah. So Intuitive April, can you tell the people how they can keep up to speed and up to date with what you're doing, how they can contact you, and if they want to get their own reading, personal reading, how they can contact you, and they can
they can go to intuitiveapril.com and also follow me on social media at Intuitive April on where am I? On Instagram, which I'm mostly on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 8 p.m., I do the live readings. You've been there.
Yes, that's what I was just about to bring up, and I want to tell everybody this lady is so humble with her gift that she does free readings. And she also does readings too to make money. Nothing wrong with that. She has the gift, so support her and her movement. And yes, she is very humble and genuine with her gift, and I witnessed it firsthand tonight. And again, I just want to thank you for being here, April.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so nice to finally see you in person. I love your energy. You are such a doll.
Oh, I appreciate that. Now, I wasn't ending the interview right there. I just wanted to put the gap right there. So, I know with everything going on with the the pandemic we're going through, I can't wait. You ever try to like come down to Florida? Do you ever like go out of New Jersey to do events and things?
Hey, you know what? I want to, like, I've been invited by so many people, like different groups that want me to investigate with them. And there's actually oh my God,
a lot of haunted places in Florida. There's like
my friend, the ghost.
It's a lighthouse. There's a lighthouse down here that's haunted. I think it's in.
They were just there with my friends. The ghost. Oh, what the hell is in?
I think it's in St. Augustine.
If you look up my social, you know what? Wait, I gotta just tell you about my friends from Florida because I do want to come out there to investigate with them. Let me just look up here. Wait, let me get Instagram up. Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I can chop and edit all this stuff.
I just have to tell you about this group. I love them. I like to give everyone their props, you know.
That's what's up. You said your props. You know what? I'm glad you said your props, because that sparked me. You know, on the Live from Planet X podcast, we talk about hip hop and all things strange and paranormal. What kind of music do you vibe to? Like what's your favorite genre of music? Well, what era? 70s, 80s, 90s? Like what? I love the 80s.
You know, from the 80s.
Right.
I like everything. I like country. I love Post Malone. You know, I love the old rap.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Old school hip hop. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, I love all that. Man, I'm still trying to find this. But I do. My daughter, of course, she loves hip hop.
While you're sitting there searching on Instagram, just gonna throw you another question. I'm meant to ask you: is anyone else in your family, like a sibling, brother or sister, anybody like that, experience the same type of gift?
No, but they have witnessed, like, you know, when we lived in my home that I grew up in, they did have experiences. So I know, I don't know where I always said my mom had to have something, but she was such a skeptic with this, or it scared her. It absolutely scared her. But when I was 19, I was in a car accident. And I remember her telling me, she goes, I knew something happened, because she got to the hospital so quick. I'm like, how did you get here so quick? You know? And she said, she was at bingo. And you can't interfere with bingo. You know how these old ladies are. But she said, she stood up. She said, something happened to my daughter. I have to leave. She said, something happened to my daughter, April, and I have to leave.
It's crazy.
And that's what you got to call.
I just chime in. When I was 19, I got into a car accident too. It was crazy.
Oh.
I wasn't driving. I was in the back seat, letting my friend drive.
Me too. I was in the back seat. I was in the back seat. And I actually flew over and hit the windshield. Thank God we weren't going super fast.
Right. I got thrown to the right side.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's it. The Ghost Hunter of South Florida. It's my friend Eric. He also runs a team, War Party Paranormal Research. They're out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So nice. I definitely want to hook up with them. Come out there one day.
That'd be cool.
You come with us then.
Yeah, maybe I'll hook up. Maybe I contact them and see if they want to get on the podcast, tell some stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Miami, that's about an hour and 45 minutes away from me. It's nothing.
Yeah. So we should do that. But I want to make a point of oh wait, I got to tell you something. You know where I'm going in July?
Where?
But I'm going to the Conjuring house. You know the movie The Conjuring?
Yeah.
I'm going to the real house in Rhode Island.
House?
The actual house.
Did you post that yet? I don't remember seeing anything about that.
No, I didn't post it yet. Because we were trying to pick a date. We picked a date. I forgot what date it is. It's in July.
Scary movie.
yeah, that's some scary shit. So like, I am already picking up stuff there. I said I absolutely know there is something. Now, mind you, I haven't seen the house yet. I don't even know what it looks like. I know I was just watching Ghost Adventures earlier. I know they were there.
I was just reaching out to, believe it or not, Elvira. And
get out of here.
Yeah, her people contacted me back, so we're trying to line that up. But I think I'm gonna try to link you up with Elvira. She does a lot of conventions and stuff. Yeah. Iconic.
Yeah, I do a lot of. I'm all over. I'm everywhere. So.
That's awesome. Now you gotta I'm gonna forget that name, but I'm gonna watch the video. But tell me the name of them again. The guys in Florida.
Oh, Ghost Hunter of South Florida. So they, we follow each other. His name is Eric. He's got a great team. He gets some great evidence, and they're very good at what they do.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna definitely look into that.
Wait, what else?
You was about to tell me something.
No, I was just telling you about the Conjuring house. I'm so excited to go there. Hey, look, our host left. Look, he's gone.
Sorry, I was just tapping off my cup over here. I'm right here. I do that from time to time.
What are you drinking?
Well, I was drinking some coffee, and just to be honest with you, then I started drinking some beer. Don't ask me why, but I'm just relaxing.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can go.
Cooped up in the pandemic. I got nothing to do. I've been good all day. I'm relaxing. Pellegrino, that's water.
Yeah, I have no wine. I'm out of wine.
Yeah, if I had some wine, I'd be probably drinking. I love Merlot.
Hey, my next live readings, I'll do it drunk. No, I'll drink some wine. Hey, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I was at a bar, and I had a few drinks in me. I was pretty tipsy, but there was a girl sitting next to me, and I'm like, I'm getting so angry at her, and I look at her, I'm like, who's Joe? And she goes, that's my boyfriend. I said, what? You let him hit you? What's wrong with you? And she starts crying. She's, I know. And he's, she was in an abusive relationship. I have no idea who the girl was. We never kept in contact. I hope she left that loser.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, that's odd because, like, you picked up on that, and I don't know, you just got, like, superpowers. You're like an X-Men. You're like an X-Men.
My mentor's even wilder. She's even like stronger than that. So that's who's
Professor X.
No, but she blows my mind sometimes. Like, I'm like, holy shit, how'd you do that?
That is so awesome. I'm so thankful that I reached out to you and got the opportunity to meet you and interview you, and I'm just very grateful. And I can foresee you really blowing up, being on a bigger scale. I can see that in the future for you. And just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to help as many people as I can. I wish I could do 2 nights a week for free readings. Not everyone can afford to read, and I'm not expensive. Believe me, I've seen people out there, and I'm like, I can't believe you're charging that much. But so that's why I try to get as many people as I can. And it's hard. You see, like, how many people are writing in, and I'm like,
yeah. I see the other night you were getting overwhelmed because there was just so much energy in the room. You couldn't, like.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened? Something like the other day, I think I walked out and I started crying because I felt so bad because I couldn't talk to everyone. But I get upset because some of the questions, because some people are interrupting something that's very deep, like somebody that lost somebody, so it's sad, and that upsets me, and I want to get to everyone, so I feel frustrated that I can't get to everyone, and it's fine. I have to cut it off like an hour because my head starts to hurt because it's too much energy coming at me. Can I just tell you one thing? This is one of my favorite readings. I just did a reading.
I'm on your time, believe me. And I don't have anything to do. Believe me, you are not. At any time you need to go, you let me know.
Yeah. I did a reading for this girl the other night, and I picked up her boyfriend. They living together. They have children together, and it was so sad. But he got down on one knee to propose to her, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Why he's proposing to you?" And like she starts crying. I said, "Because he's showing me a ring. He has a ring for you." And he actually, I think the week before he passed away, he got a ring for her. He was going to propose to her.
Yeah.
I know. So I said, well, he's proposing to you now. So I'm like, oh my God. It was like heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. Imagine that.
That's sad. That's sad. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I've seen stories like that on the news, similar.
Yeah.
What do you think about the hereafter? Like, do you think? I don't want to get into all your business being like your spiritual religion, whatever.
Yeah,
but
I respect everything. As long as you don't hurt anyone, I don't care. If you're hurting people, no, I want no part of that.
Right from wrong, good from evil,
Yeah.
Why? What? Well, hey, here's a crazy question for you. I just switched my mode. What do you think the meaning of life is?
Oh wow, that's really friggin' deep.
I know it's something's hard to answer if you.
Yeah, that's really hard to answer. It's like, but I was just actually, this is kind of going off the subject, but it's funny how I was just reading the other day. Do you know why when we go into water in the shower and our fingers and toes wrinkle up?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Be in the tub too long. I don't know the science.
It's actually your body adapting. So like because you're wet, that it's like kind of like it makes it more grippier.
Oh,
like
okay.
you can grip things. How does your body do that? It's amazing.
I know, right?
So like, I really couldn't answer, like, because there's so many. It's just so crazy. Like what your liver does, what your pancreas does, your bladder, how it works, like everything.
And every element in our body is what the stars in the universe
exactly. Is. Well, water, fire, everything. Earth. We come from the earth.
Gold. We have even gold and silver in our bodies.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. It's out there.
It is. You can think about this all day. You can make yourself crazy. Like, I used to, I used to think as a kid, like, what if there was nothing? Just think of nothing. What if? It's such a, like, mind-blowing, like, nothing. Like, if we weren't here, it's a big nothing. It's so weird to think that.
Have you ever thought of, like, any past lives for yourself? Has anything like that ever come across you?
I never got into that. Like, there's so many, like an artist, what medium you're into, like some do pastels or painting and sculpting, that was one thing I never got into, but I do know I have some kind of tie to Ireland or Scotland, because I always see myself with red hair. And actually, I love red hair. Absolutely. Right. But I always see myself as a redhead. So
interesting.
I
always, this is, I don't know. I'll tell you this. Sometimes I have this feeling, when you feel in your stomach, you ever be like,
soldier.
You ever like see, you ever think like you're up high, like you're going to fall? You know that feeling that you get in your stomach, like when you're up too high? I don't know if you know.
Yes, absolutely.
But I have that feeling reoccurring over and 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 over again. Like I'm up high and I'm falling off something really high.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a past life, something that happened to me in a past life, because
absolutely
I steer clear of any situations like that. But I have that feeling like in a past life, maybe I was up on something very high and I fell, or I was like in a plane, flying in a plane.
Yeah.
Crash. Like sometimes I feel like in a past life I was like a pilot in the 40s. Like
if you didn't catch me what I said, because I feel like you were a soldier. You were in a war before.
I definitely.
I absolutely definitely see that.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I definitely see that for you. So yeah, they say like we carry that over. Like some people that are afraid of water, whatever, we carry that because they might have drowned in a past life. What about I've read some crazy stories where this little boy was recounting his past life.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was crazy stuff.
Yep. I've seen something like that, like that too. And the kid was saying something similar, where he was like a pilot in.
Yes, exactly. That's what made me think.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Died. Yeah. I know.
And he's so young, like to have like know all those details.
Yeah, what was he, like 5 or something? Like he was really young.
I don't know. He was a young kid.
Like and he's always like drawing pictures of himself bloody or something. I think that was it, or that might have been another story. I might be intermingling 2 stories together, but yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Everybody go to intuitiveapril.com, get your psychic reading, let people know. I will be definitely letting people know.
Yeah, thanks, Doll.
Once again, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I finally
got to tell you, I'd sit here. This would be like a 2-3 hour long.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
And you know
what? You have my number. Call me anytime.
I won't bug you. Trust me. But thank you for that, and trust me, I won't give it out to nobody.
It's actually on my website, so it's like.
There you go.
I know. Everyone's like, "Why do you give your number?" I'm like, "Yeah, I should really get another phone."
I just hit the stop recording button, so it should stop now. It should be stop recording.